orgasm with no hands. I ain't touching you yet, you got wet pants. Gave you a mental kiss, made you bite your lips, holding your crotch like, how is you doing this? Mental manipulation is stimulating. I know you dying for love. I see your body ready. I'm really ready for me. I see you new to this. As my fingers glide over your sexiness. Nibbling on your earlobe. I know you ready to explode. First expose your anatomy. That bro ain't working, the nipples are staying high to me. As I gradually start to
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is we're gonna talk about a podcast. Episode number
93.
Before we get started, we want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're going to talk about a podcast, episode number 3, and watch episode 1 through 92. And don't forget, the 100th episode, we're going to have a giveaway for the people. $100. We're going to choose a person who be liking and commenting and subscribe and all that stuff to our podcast. We're going to put them in a pot to get $100. All 3 of you people. Anywho, we're going to talk about podcasts, and I'm your co-host, Jiffy. And my other co-host,
What was your name?
Jiffy.
Back in cornbread. Oh, peanut butter. Okay, Cuddles.
She just got. And this week we're gonna talk about podcast episode number
93.
And what's this episode about?
Is masturbation healthy?
Is it masturbating?
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I guess it's the same with
This guy here.
It's
Here comes the
master.
bus.
You said what?
Nothing, go ahead.
What you say? Is masturbation or masturbating healthy?
Same thing.
No, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
I just said a couple words,
Oh, okay.
different words.
Okay, cool.
The extra crunchy. Something wrong with this.
I'm just laughing because I said, here comes the bus.
Oh, man, get out of here.
I like that. I'm going to start saying that.
Whatever. But before we get into it, I want to just say the efforts are doing good in St. Louis after the tornado.
Why do you sound like Trump when you said that? The efforts are doing good.
I mean, he got people still like him.
All this
He talk
talking.
like that. So,
I'm just saying. You just reminded me of him when he said that.
but anywho, the efforts are doing good. People are still around after weeks, and they still helping each other, and that's what's up. But like I said, it's always some bad people. It's like crime that went up. Like the tornado came here and just threw evil spirits everywhere in the city, and the people are just going crazy. So I just want to give a shout out to the city. I think the National Guard's here now. I don't know for sure. I think FEMA did their assessments, and it's just sad. Look, I was watching the news, and how this lady was saying that in a city, the city takes some of their insurance money or something if they file an insurance claim.
It's not something they take 25%.
They take 25% of their insurance claim, and that's horrible. And she said the reason why, because they didn't want the people to get the money and leave. But if you're in a city, it's a condemned house by you, or 2 or 3 or 4 of them. So you expect people to, and then how you gonna take someone's money that I pay for, and you know what I'm saying, because you don't want me to leave the city. Well, you need to do more for the city. You need to fix up the city. You need to get rid of these condemned houses. I'm standing by a condemned house. You know what I'm saying? That rodents could be in, that people could be living in, like bums and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's horrible how they do that. But guess that's hopefully something change. But that's horrible. And how that lady, I feel her pain. for her. You know, the insurance company only give you all your money because the city take 25%. You didn't put in on these premiums, so that's crazy. But anywho, let's get to the subject. Is masturbating healthy? Is masturbating healthy?
I don't know.
Why you don't know?
Because I don't know if it's healthy or not. I think it's beneficial for the moment, but I don't know if it's something that's healthy.
Well, it is said that masturbating is healthy. It said it's I think it got physical and mental effects. So, I mean, a lot of people do, you know, watch Pornhub and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it don't have serious side effects. So, you know, you can masturbate and you probably won't catch a disease. Like a lot of these people be out here just doing it, and then you probably can masturbate and slept with a million girls while you masturbate, and you'll be disease free. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you was to go out there and do it instead of masturbating, you probably get skinny, like you was on Ozempic or something, because you probably are gonna catch something. So, in that aspect, I think masturbating is healthy because, you know what I'm saying? If just say your gal on her monthly or something, and you got that itch, get you some KY and whack away. Or if your dude, I don't know, what happens with dudes?
I don't know.
Like, if your dude goes to the Justice Center, he got to do a weekend special. Get that KY. Whack away.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
But you know, they used to say, I remember when we was growing up, they used to say, oh, if you masturbate, you gonna lose your sight or something. So you gonna go blind, yeah. You ain't never heard that.
No, I was born in 77. I ain't never heard that.
She always talking that stuff.
No, I really never heard
But
that.
they used to say, if you masturbate, like,
Who is that? The commercials?
like just say your mother and them or something. They say, if you masturbate, you're gonna lose your sight. You're gonna go blind. That's what they used to say. You're gonna go blind. You never heard that?
Maybe they just said that to boys. I ain't never heard no mess like that in my life.
Yeah, maybe it was just boys.
So you probably have your thing up and then you hit yourself in the eye. Maybe that's what they were saying. I don't know.
I don't know either.
If you squirt your, I have that. You would have to ask, what does that mean? Someone would have to explain that to me. I have no idea.
Yeah. But they said in older people, masturbation may lead to less vaginal dryness and decreased pain from doing intercourse.
Were you reading that?
No. It's on the dome.
No, it's not.
It's on the dome.
Okay.
So for the older ladies, watch that Pornhub. Watch
No,
that.
watch Pornhub.
That what is it? X video. Watch them because they said, you know, because they did say y'all got desert. If you older, you got the desert stuff. So if you masturbate, I don't know how many times you have to, but what?
I just cannot. Go ahead.
I'm saying, but it's just that what it say. It's saying older females
Oh, okay.
that you'll get less dryness. So you lubricating your for JJ. So see, that's something y'all just learned. I just got y'all on something. Look, and then it said, according to a study, it said married females who masturbate reported more orgasms, higher self-esteem, increased sexual desire, libido, greater satisfaction with their married and sex life.
That is not true.
So do you masturbate?
No.
Well, how you know if it's true or not?
Because my first marriage. That ain't true.
You was happy with yourself.
You don't even make sense. But I didn't even desire to have relations with him, so that didn't make sense at all.
But that ain't the same thing. Then.
It is. No, I'm just saying you don't have to have relations. Get your issue off in the morning, get your issue off at night, and then when you feel like it, I already came twice today. I'm tired. I don't want to. Nothing about me excited. So no, I'm good. I don't agree with that.
So you don't agree that you want to have more orgasms?
No. So
when you was doing masturbation, you want orgasm? Or
I wasn't with my husband. I wasn't though.
But,
so I think if you're in a marriage, I don't think you should be masturbating at all. Your excitement should come from your spouse.
Some people masturbate the other one.
I'm sorry?
It'd be couples who masturbate each other.
You get each other off. And you're doing it together. That's different than when you're doing your own thing on yourself, and then I'm doing my own thing on myself. What are we coming together for? It don't make sense. The girl was,
I want to see you masturbate.
I ain't never said that in my life.
Man, that's you. You one person.
I'm just saying. But it's my opinion, so I don't care about the hundreds of thousands of people.
You said you ain't never seen it in your life.
I've never said that. So now I got to go somewhere else mentally to get off, because obviously I'm not being satisfied somewhere else. If I got to watch Pornhub, if I got to watch X, if I got to do all these different types of things, I got to lust after something else to put my mindset somewhere else. It's crazy. But that's just me. Go right ahead.
She said all that stuff, and she be looking at the dudes with the six packs and stuff.
No, I don't. Well, if that's what you want to call it. No. Well, exactly.
But they did say, if men ejaculate frequently, it will lower the risk of prostate cancer.
Is that what your doctor told you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you that before. Yeah?
You told us before, yeah.
Yeah. But then the study shows.
Why? You need to close that. Because we off the dome.
I am off the dome. Because I said that before, right?
You did. Don't look down at that.
All right then. So I said that before. I'm just looking at some things because masturbate do reduce stress. So
sex would do that.
Yeah, but
walking on the treadmill would do that.
No, not really.
Running would do that.
It improves your sleep.
Prayer would do that. So it's other things that will do that. But go ahead. It improves your sleep.
Yeah. So, I must don't matter, man, because I don't have sleep. Yeah, I'm getting.
Say that one more time.
I don't ever sleep.
Okay.
What?
Look at my Mack truck. What's going on?
A Mack truck?
The bus. Go ahead.
I just said, because it said it improves your sleep.
What it does? Releasing yourself.
Masturbation.
And you saying you don't go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
And she be acting like, I don't know why she be acting like she holier than thou.
I'm not, but thank you. You see it in me. I appreciate that. That's not even acting like I'm holier than thou. You said...
Ask anyone.
If you masturbate.
Everyone masturbated before.
Everybody has. Nobody's denying that.
Every grown person. I'll say that.
Kids do it too, I'm sure.
I don't want to hear... we ain't know
I'm just saying, teenagers, you know what I'm saying. So the movies tell you that. So that ain't nothing new. So I was asking you. You said you don't... I just asked you, did you do it? You said no, right? And now you saying that you don't go to sleep. So I was mind boggled.
It said the benefits of masturbation.
And I'm going by what you said.
It improves sleep.
And you just said I don't get no sleep. Man, don't work for me. I must don't get no sleep.
So that don't improve my sleep. That's what I'm saying. So, I wasn't masturbating.
So that has nothing to do with holier than thou. Is my point. I was going by what you said.
What I say?
I just asked you if you masturbated. You said no, and so then you said, well, I don't get any sleep. So I was puzzled. I was perplexed. I was confused. I just said, so if you masturbated, you would go to sleep because you would be in a relaxed state.
Yeah.
Like and be knocked out, right? So that's what that works. That's how that works. But if you don't masturbate, then you can't sleep. They go hand in hand. That's what the statistics are saying. Stress relieves tension, sleep boosts your mood, and aches and pain. You always in, so we know that.
I'm always what? In pain.
Yeah, so
evidently,
evidently you're not masturbating.
Yeah, because I don't know what that is.
Good Lord.
I don't either. But like I said,
and prevents anxiety and depression.
Well, I don't know.
And that's just for a moment. All of these things would only be for a moment.
Just like this meme that said you watch like Pornhub, and after you get through, you be like, man, why I got this filthy stuff on? Because now you relax in a whole relaxed state, and you like, man, why am I watching this? But then you go back and watch it. Shoot, you don't even have to do. You go on Twitter, X, whatever it's called, and you can watch porn on there. Shoot, Facebook and Instagram have it too.
I guess it's what comes up on your. I don't know.
I think you don't pay attention. But only one that don't do that is TikTok.
There has to be something that you're looking at for it to keep coming up in your feed, sir.
It's people. When people I know, like they have little things, I click on. But if the link, then I don't click on the link.
So when you watch it, then that tells them that you enjoy that, and so they're gonna continue to put it.
Because a lot of them links are not links. I'm not gonna click on a link that don't look safe.
So how do you know what it's about then?
Because it shows it say something. They have a little picture in the front, and
So
then once you see
clickbait.
like the whatever, you know it's a sex link at some point because they have a little blocked off or something. I go to the comments because the link is in the comments, so I read the comments, and the comments tell you what's going on in there. So then, for like out of the blue one, you know, it don't happen all the time, but you'll see some little like ad or something for. So I'm like, how this get on Facebook, and I can't do nothing on Facebook without them sending me something talking about something. I'm in Facebook jail. So Mark Zuckerberg is out here. Him and Elon, the drug head Musk, out here letting free range go on. But I think they're saying that they're trying to ban porn. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah. This administration trying to ban porn, but a lot of them did porn, been in porn.
Well, that's probably they passed, so they
stars.
don't like it no more.
You know, they still do it.
You don't know what them people do? People change. They don't mean they have to always watch porn.
Yeah, people do change.
And it's probably so many things that's going on behind the scenes of porn. You're not in that industry, so you don't know the real reason.
I used to be in that industry. Yeah. It's been in the industry of making all that money. What?
Continue on, sir. What was your name?
Moby. Look me up. I can't look me up because I made sure my name is deleted off the things because I say this stuff is filthy. That was my past.
Oh, was it?
Look at you. Oh, I thought you was
No. Moby's a whale.
Yeah.
It's in the sea that got killed.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's fiction.
Nah, you see, the whale is killed because the mud barely moved.
Well,
What?
I don't send buses, so I'm not gonna even comment on that.
You don't send buses? Comment on it.
No, I'm not.
Shoot. What you gonna say?
Nothing.
I know you can't. Nothing you can't say. She wanna. She just worried about.
I'm not worried about anything.
You know, she's just sitting up there. You know, but before we even started this, she was going at it.
No, I wasn't. I just said how I wasn't healthy.
And I say, go on, speak your truth, baby. But now you get her like.
I just said it wasn't healthy. I said I had a different standard. So that's what I said.
Get her and just like had me hand and thing like she always had me hand. And just like doing nothing. Just.
You throw one more bus, I'm gonna be out here.
But
I can only get hit so many times. But continue on with your masturbation program.
You see this. This is I don't know what you want to call this, but this is crazy.
What is?
Like I said before, we started the topic. She was.
What did I say about it?
She was going all.
I'm stuck to what I said.
But now,
it's not healthy.
Now she just.
That's what I said.
Sitting here like.
I said everything I had to say. I said I wasn't going to say much because it's just I don't agree with
You
it.
throwing me under the bus.
Because of how you coming to me. Just stick to your program. What you saying?
What I say?
You watch it 1,000 times after we end. You'll hear yourself at the end. I don't remember. When you made the comments, I did the bus thing. Oh no, here comes the bus. I said that, and so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
So you tell me, because if you knew what was happening, you would say what.
I can't recall it because we're still talking about masturbation. But go ahead, finish with your topic. You encourage people to masturbate. You said it's healthy, relieves all these different things that it says. Stress, you get some good sleep, and it prevents anxiety and depression, and aches and pains.
And
so you support
it lowers the
masturbation.
risk
And that's what
of
your doctor
prostate
told you.
cancer. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. It prevents the buildup of cancer causing agents in your prostate. See, with me, I'm already taking prostate medicine. So, I don't like that. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking this medicine for the rest of my life, and I ain't nothing but 30. So, yeah. So, men, you know, you got, and I remember this guy, this my supervisor. I thought he used to be playing. I worked at this place. He told me that he got to have it 2 or 3 times a day or some stuff. I was like, man, and he was a big dude too. I said, man, you know, with all that, man. He said, yeah, man, I got to have it, man, because I might die or something. We look at this dude like, man, you talking all this stuff, you lying.
What?
But then, I never heard of that, but like that, like he's talking about he gonna die and stuff like that. I never really heard of it.
And you realized that wasn't true.
Hmm?
You realized that wasn't true.
I realized that it's kind of true. That if you don't masturbate or whatever, you gonna you can develop prostate cancer, or you can. I mean, I ain't gonna say you can develop prostate cancer, but it'll cut the risk if you masturbate or whatever. It cuts down the risk. And it said it prevents the buildup of cancer causing agents. So I guess the more you sit up and the months and months that you sit up and don't whatever, I guess it's building up. And I think prostate cancer is like the easiest cancer to get rid of, though. I think they could just remove your prostate. That's why it's good to get prostate exam every year. I think I got my first prostate exam at like 30, and they was like, "You too young to get a prostate exam then." But I had enlarged prostate like back then, when I was younger, like about 30 or something. So ever since then, I've been getting them. You know what I'm saying? Yearly, like from 30. I think it was 30 to 35. But they did say African Americans should get it like at 40. So and I think when I was around that time, I think I was masturbating a lot. So I don't understand that one. But I just had an enlarged prostate at a young age, and at 30, because they didn't want to give me a prostate exam. Just like when I got my first what's it called that thing? When they go whatever.
Colonoscopy?
Yeah. I think you're supposed to get it at like 40 or something.
45, I think.
Yeah. And I had mine early. And so yeah, I mean, us as African Americans, we need to look out for our health, and I go to the doctor all the time. So, but I always thought that was a joke. But my doctor always said, even when I around in my 30s or something, he said you either use it or lose it. He told me that. So he said use it and masturbate. And he said if you have to masturbate. And like I say, I thought he was playing a joke. But the joke was on me, because I was thinking these people joking, and they saying it in a jokingly way, but they weren't joking, man. I think women, I think it's easier for women, but women, I don't even think women have to orgasm. I just think it's just men, because it's built up in our prostate or something. I think that's why we got to get rid of it. It's just like waste or something. Get too old and get crusty. I don't know, but anywho, want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're gonna talk about a podcast, episode number 93. And like I said, remember, on the 100th episode, we want you guys to, we want you to like, comment, subscribe, and share right now. But we're gonna go through and see how many people who's been participating, and we're gonna put names in the draw. And then on that 100th episode, we're going to draw from it and pick a name, random name, on air.
So you want all the way back to number 1, or just the last 10 episodes?
I'm gonna go all the way back and to see any participation.
Oh, so it used to be heavy participation, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
not the person that just comments like 30 times. Like that.
Well, no, we'll just go back to like the last thing, because they comment back in the first couple of episodes. You know what I'm saying?
What we going on, 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, that would be a lot. Okay.
So yeah, we'll go back to like the last
10 episodes.
10 episodes. So from what's this?
90. So from 100 to 90, you saying? No, you have to go back to the
10.
first time you. No.
What?
From the first time you mentioned it.
So
if it was episode 80, you have to go from 80 to 100.
I don't think it was that far.
So was it 85? Because this is 93.
Well, I said last 10, about 83.
Okay.
You like
but
83?
I'm saying 8. So 80. That's not, because I'm thinking he's saying from 100 to 90. That's 10. So
no, I said go back.
From today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go back to like episode 83, and whoever participated from 83 to 100 will be put in the drawing.
So like the last 15, really. I'm just saying, from if you just did 85 to 100, that would be correct, I guess.
Yeah, like 17 episodes.
Okay, sure.
So get y'all likes up, get y'all subscribes up.
Oh.
Don't share it. And your comments, because that's the only way we know you watching. You know what I'm saying? It's people who watch and don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's people who, you know, watch for a few minutes to people watching the whole episode. So, you know, go on win a free $100. I know $100 ain't nothing to y'all, but you know what I'm saying? We just trying to get back. So anywho, who you gonna give flowers to? We gonna just give flowers again to the people who's working hard in the city of St. Louis. That's helping with you know, the tornado victims and all that stuff. Who's helping them on a daily? Who's bringing them food? Who's bringing them
toiletries, water.
Yeah, toiletries, waters, clothes for the kids. Who's helping tarp the homes? Who's helping? Some people are helping rebuild homes. So I want to give like my flowers to all them again because it's well deserved for all them. And like I said, the police department who's out here patrolling and making sure the people are as safe as possible and arresting a lot of these stupid people out here that's messing with people's stuff. Also, I just want to talk about a place I bought a car from months ago. And, you know, they sold me a lemon, right? You know, and then, you know, I mean, they didn't send me, I ain't get the title to like 3 months.
You not gonna mention the name of the place?
I've been calling these people, going back and forth with these people for months. This one guy kept lying to me, telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure it work," and he never responded until I called the BBB on him. Then when I called the BBB, he lied to the BBB like he tried to fix the situation. He never tried to fix the situation. When I called him and tried to get stuff fixed that they lied about, he lied. He a lie. And I be texting him. He don't text me back unless the BBB tell him that I'll dispute what he said. So like now, I'm like, hey, if you gonna do this, he never responded back. But they make you, this is what they do. They make you fill out a form that you're not gonna sue them. And when you fill out that form, they make, but it's a loophole in there because if they didn't disclose stuff, cause when I got the call from them, I went back to them the next day of some stuff that you wouldn't even know was wrong, and they kept lying, saying, "Oh, we're gonna do this and this." So then they try to lie and say I ain't have no warranty. They try to do everything so they won't have to fix the vehicle. Still ain't fix the vehicle. I don't even drive it, and that's sad. But yeah. So I know a couple other people who had issues with these people. And you go on BBB, you will see people like with the same issues as I had. So you know they sell new and used cars, and a lot of their used cars, they got issues with them, and they do not honor nothing of the issues. This is St. Louis, Missouri, in Florissant, Clement Auto on Lindbergh. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Was horrible. You know y'all selling bad cars, but yeah, like I said, y'all have people sign these agreements, and on these agreements, you won't sue us because you know there's something wrong with it. Just like signing the prenup. So yeah, I just want to say that because that's a night. I've been going through this nightmare for a while. BBB ended their investigation with them because they said they wouldn't even cooperate no more because I had all documentation that they was lying. So they stopped even responding to the BBB. Then the guy will call, or no, he'll text me like, "Oh, why you tell them? Because you lying." So yeah, so like I say, beware of them. You know what I'm saying? You spend your money where you want to spend your money, but I'm just telling you, me and a couple of people that I know had bad problems with them, and they ain't trying to help you resolve the problem. You know what I'm saying? The dude just give me a runaround all the time. So, anywho, this week we're gonna talk about podcasts. And I'm the co-host, Starburst.
And Cuddles. I'm righteous.
Yeah. And we're gonna see you at the end of the road like a prostate exam. Just remember, you got to vote on